Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Happy April. Normally this video goes up a little bit, it goes up at the end of March, but this month, just because of the way the schedule works, my favorites video is going up as the first video of April. This is going to be my March favorites and flops video, all about the products I've been loving the entire month of March, some that didn't really work out for me, and just some updates on things that might be kind of in the middle. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week. That is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to see my ride or die hit or misses for the month of March, keep on watching. So I have spoken about pretty much all of these on my channel before, one way or another. I will try to link any corresponding or important videos, but I'm going to jump right in. First, I did use this in my full face of affordable first impressions. I think this was almost like 2 months ago already, but this is the Morphe M173. This has become my new favorite brush for priming my eyelids with my MAC paint pot. Every other brush, like at one point I liked a brush like this with more of a dome top just to kind of fluff everything in. I find that this soaks up less product. Like you'll see the brush, I used this today and it doesn't look super dirty. I basically just tap it twice, buff a little bit, pat it out and powder, and I am good to go. Affordable, amazing, got it at Ulta, and I feel like I'm going through less of my product, so all around a huge win. Next product, I have been wearing this ever since I got it. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. I am in the shade 3.15. I have traveled with this. That's how much I like it. I actually dropped it and chipped it, so my bad. But this is a beautiful formula. It is a lightweight, water-whipped, airy, doesn't feel like you're wearing a lot of foundation type of foundation. However, it is very nourishing and hydrating. I did look it up and it does have hyaluronic acid in it. So this is going to be good for dry skin. It is oil free, so if you have oily skin, you'll like it as well. It's just one of those all around good bases that I think works for all skin types, and everything just layers so nicely on top of it. This is a newer item and I have been using the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder for quite some time. I recently tried the Sweet Peach version, which is a little bit of a peachy tone and more mattifying, and I'm obsessed. Like, this was an OG favorite. This I think I like more. I've only been playing around with it for about 2 weeks now, but I cannot put it down. I have to use it every day. The only thing that I find that's really weird is it tastes sweet. And I don't mean like there's some sweetness to it. Like, this tastes like sweetened peach sugar. Like, it is very sweet, and every time I'm like dusting it on my face and I like breathe, I taste it and it's really weird. I think I'm gonna get over that and it won't be an issue. However, that is definitely the one weird downfall to this product. So I had an issue a little while ago. I have been in love with the Tatcha Water Cream Moisturizer for a very long time, and I don't know if it was the toner I was using or I've been a lot more heavy with like AHAs, BHAs, exfoliants. Lately, that's been causing my skin to get really, really red and have almost this burning sensation. So I ran into Sephora because I really needed to get a moisturizer that was not going to give me an issue. And I picked up the 3.0 Nourishing Moisturizer from Sephora collection. And oh my god, this stuff is amazing. I have not been able to put it down. It reminds me almost like a combination, and you'll see based on the texture, of the vitamin enriched face base from Bobbi Brown and the Drunk Elephant Protein-y Moisturizer. It just leaves the face feeling very nourished and hydrated, but it almost has this, like, I don't want to call it tacky because there's no like tackiness to it, but everything feels blurred and smoothed, a lot like the Vitamin Rich Face Base, which lives right next to me on my vanity. So I do like to use that a lot, and I've noticed that this is like the perfect blend of the two. Deep hydration, deep nourishment. I've been using this morning and night, but more importantly, anytime I do my makeup, I need to take this under my primer just to give me that first layer of smoothing. While I'm on skincare, I'm just going to jump into the one other skincare item. This is the City Skin Age Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 50 from Murad. Oh my god, I'm in love. I have hated every SPF I think I have ever used. This is the first time I've used one that I consistently feel like using again. So this does have a light peachy pink almost undertone to it. So it almost acts lightly as like a color correcting primer as well on the skin. but it just blurs everything nicely. It is an SPF 50, but this is not the type of SPF that you have to reapply after 2 hours. It does wear on the skin all day. It is also one of the only ones that protects against infrared and blue light defense. So computer screens, our phones, everything that emits this blue light, it is a harmful radiation. It is not great for our skin. I've noticed that a lot of people nowadays, actually I saw it from Kathleen Lights, she has a pair of blue light defense glasses, so while she's filming and editing, her eyes are being protected from all of the time we're spending on the computer and the phones. I will be getting a pair just because I've been really concerned with blue light lately, and this protects me from that, as well as UVA, UVB, pollution, the works. Like, this stuff is magic. One of the biggest things we as a culture in skincare tend to forget about is SPF. We'll go into foundations with an SPF, not realizing that if you read the back, most of them do say that you need to reapply every 2 hours. Now, if you're using the Cosmetics CC cream, you're not putting your foundation on again every 2 hours, so you're gonna wanna layer a stronger, more wearing, more lasting SPF underneath. Next, I did mention this in my top 5 favorite face palettes. This is the Blush Book from Tarte. This is this year's blush kind of holiday kit. They do this every year where they come out with this kind of packaging. I'm not going to stay on this too long because I've used this in a bunch of videos, but I cannot put this down. The tones of blush in here are beautiful. The Tarte blushes are some of the best formula blushes, hands down, on the market at all. And to have a whole bunch of shades in smaller pans, I don't go through enough blush to need a big pan of anything. So for me, this is beautiful. Keep a lookout for these. Every time they come out with a blush book like this, it is great to look at the ideas, look at the shades, look at the colors, because if it's something you're going to use, definitely a great way to kind of get an all-in-one blush experience. And the last favorite of the month is, it's actually something I mentioned in, it was 1 or 2 videos ago, I don't remember, but this is in the bottle of my Lancome Fix and Forget It, but this is my dump setting spray. It is literally a setting spray bottle that whenever I get to like the bare bones empty in a setting spray, I will just unscrew it and pour it in here so that I don't waste any product and throw out, you know, a good amount of setting spray. And I'm obsessed. I use it all the time and it's been on my vanity forever. However, I never talk about it just because, like, I'll be like, I'm gonna take a little bit of setting spray and I'll throw it on and I won't mention what I'm using and I won't talk about it because that's kind of weird. But this stuff is a mixture of, like, I want to say like 9 different setting sprays at this point, and every time I get to that bare bone empty bottom of whatever I'm currently using, so like right now, my Seal the Deal from Flower has been a favorite. Once I get to that bottom where nothing's coming up in the straw, gets poured in here, and this becomes my new multitasker. I know I don't talk about it, and I know it's not like one's product, but I want to start being a little bit more transparent with you guys about some of these little things that I do on the side, just so you guys can see authentically what I'm using day in and day out, because I don't think there is a single day I do my makeup where I don't reach for that mixture just to take down powderiness, help keep me matte, set the face. You got to keep in mind, that's like the Fix It and Forget It, the Milk Blur, the Milani Make It Last, the Milani Make It Last Charcoal Mattifying Setting Spray. There's a little Fix Plus in there. Like, there's a lot of really awesome setting sprays in there, all kind of mixing together to do their best work. Okay, so I only have 1 super bad and 2 mez today. First, just because it is in the middle, this is the Artist Couture Diamond Lip Tease. I'm wearing it today. It is a beautiful, beautiful color. The reason this is in here is because we know I'm a gloss snob and I love glosses. This is beautiful. This is very shimmery. This is very nice. I cannot wear it on its own. And as you guys know, I do like, on a lot of days, no lipstick, no liner, just a little bit of a light gloss, just to give me some shine and hydration to the lips. This is not nourishing, this is not hydrating, and it is a little sticky. It's lovely if you layer it over your lipsticks, which is why I love the way it looks today, and I did want to talk to you about that. However, if you're looking for something like nourishing, I would stick to my 2 favorites that live here are the Fenty and the Dior, just because they're a little more hydrating, a little more nourishing, and they just look a little bit nicer without that stickiness to it. It is a beautiful gloss, don't get me wrong, just not one you're going to want to wear without something underneath it. The next kind of in between, this is the Beauty Blender Redo Setting Spray. The pros. That mist is beautiful. It takes down all of the powderiness on the skin and it is stunning, and it does leave a slight sheen to the skin. That being said, if you have oily skin and you overuse this, you will get so shiny. I used this in a first impressions video recently, and by the end of that video, I felt like I looked like an oil slick because I used this to set 3 different times throughout. I set a lot throughout my routine. You guys know that. This is a nice finishing spray or something I would use right after I powdered my face, but before I go in with bronzer and blush and highlight. Not something I'm going to finish the face with. So it's not necessarily a fail. It's just not something I can use all the time or multi-layer throughout my routine without getting excessively shiny. I also can't use it with this foundation because it will keep me extra shiny. I can only really use it with those super matte foundations, Fenty, anything like that that's going to be super drying because it'll add a little life back into the skin. The Beauty Blender Bounce already has that life, so I don't really need to add more. And the only absolute fail, I got one of these shades. This is Spellbound from Stila. It is one of the, what do they even call these? It's one of the shade shifter colors, but this is my problem. You guys ready? Kind of pretty, looks nice on camera, but in person, the black pigment in the base becomes so intense, and the way it catches the light, it just makes the eyes look dirty. It looks like a dusty black pigment, but it's not opaque enough that it looks like you have a black smoky eye. So the only way you can use this is if you find a black shadow or a charcoal shadow that matches that base color, and you pack that everywhere first, and then layer this on top. And I'm not gonna have a single glitter type shadow for one specific type of look. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like with my other glitters, I can layer them over other color shadows. I can layer them over different styles of eyeshadow. This basically will only look good if I'm doing a full blown out smoky eye with charcoal and purple. That's it. One and done. So not the best. There are other shades that are a little bit better, but of course, this is the one I have, and I am not a fan. So that is the only absolute fail, and as you guys are well aware, I have been a fan of the Stila glitters for a very long time. I have like 10 of them, and this is the only one that I think I'm ever gonna say is an absolute garbage fail. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. It is just not for me. But if you stick to the traditional glitters, you will definitely be a lot happier because they are a little more glittery, they're a little more sparkly, they don't have a whole lot going on in the base, so they layer really well over everything else, and they are just stunning. So that is the finished list. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my March favorites and flops. As always, let me know down below what some of your favorite and not so favorite products for the month were. Like I say in every favorites video, your recommendations are what I look at when I'm looking to purchase and look at getting my hands on for the following month just to try out new things. It was your recommendations that led to a lot of the products here. So thank you guys if you did comment, and let me know again down below what are some of your favorites this month. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.